It was only a few weeks ago that what many thought impossible happened. Jubilant crowds celebrated in the Syrian capital as the brutal dictator Bashar al-Assad's regime crumbled within just a few weeks. Thousands of political prisoners, some of them held for decades, were broken out of Assad's dungeons. It finally seemed that the 13-year nightmare of Syria's civil war, which according to UN estimates saw a staggering 580,000 people killed, 14 million Syrians displaced from their homes, of which 7.2 million became refugees, was ending. But that brief moment of harmony and hope now seems to be dangerously slipping away. Syria has erupted into waves of vicious sectarian score settling and massacres as those minorities who were accused of supporting Bashar al-Assad are being summarily executed by those who overthrew Assad and suffered the most under his rule. Now, in order to grasp what lies behind this, one has to understand the broad sectarian makeup of Syria. The Sunni Muslim community, here shown in green, make up the majority of Syria's 24 million people, and it was they who made up the bulk of the opposition to President Assad, and it was their forces who overthrew him and took the capital Damascus. In the north, the Kurds, shown in orange, also fought Assad, but they have also faced conflict with Turkey, which opposes Kurdish separatism in the region. But it is the small Syrian Christian community shown here in black and who are scattered in small pockets, and the Druze community shown in blue, and most importantly and particularly the Alawite community in purple that are being targeted in the massacres across the country. And that's because the Assad family are Alawites, and Bashar al-Assad and his father Hafez before him ruled Syria for a total of 55 years. And throughout that time, they carried out massacres, imprisoned, tortured, exiled and murdered. The opposition to their rule was led predominantly by Sunni Islamist and jihadi groups, most notably HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. It was led by this man, a jihadist who was allied to groups linked to Al-Qaeda, and who was then known as Abu Muhammad al-Jolani. Today, he wears a suit and has dropped his nom de guerre from when he was a jihadi commander. Today, he is known as Ahmed al-Sharaa and is the interim president of Syria, courted by foreign governments and dignitaries. But he is struggling to contain the bloodletting of fighters he once commanded. On Sunday, he made a national address in which he vowed to hold accountable those responsible for civilian deaths. However, he also said those who fought for and served Assad would be hunted down. He is basically trying to ride two volatile horses at once, preventing the reigniting of Syria's sectarian civil war, whilst also promising his supporters amongst Sunni Muslims that their suffering under Assad will be avenged by those who committed and supported him. And at the same time, he is under global pressure to contain the violence as his barely established fledgling government comes under international condemnation, led by the US and UK.